Welcome back to the B-Hood broadcast. I'm your host, B-Hood. And we're going to be doing a little shiny hunting today. I know, pretty crazy, pretty crazy. So let's see here. Cool. Looks like everything's up and running. We'll stick with our Dratini hunt for the time being because we haven't phased on it, and that's what I feel like. Shaking trees just seems like it'd be pretty dull right now. We might not go for a long time. I haven't had dinner yet. Dude, that was almost instant. I need to have dinner and probably settle in kind of early today. I probably should start earlier tomorrow just because I can, but man, I just don't feel like it. Especially since I have some extra things I need to do, blah blah blah, but we'll make it work, it's not a big deal. And after tomorrow I need to start planning out for next week. Try to be responsible, plan ahead, that kind of fun stuff. Being an adult who likes that. Supposed to have a package coming. I ordered a thing to mount my SD card because I lost my previous one. Because I need to work on my firmware on my modded 3DS because it's like busted. Oh, it's erroring out after I got it back from being capture card modded. It won't launch DS games, which is mostly what I wanted to play on it and stream, so pretty disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. So here's hoping I can easily fix it. I might have to basically redo the whole firmware, which is pretty lame. I don't want to do that. But I'll do what I need to. Oh, a brilliant fishing spot. Let's go. It's a basculin. That is not shiny. I already have a fishing mark basculin, so I wouldn't be too excited about another shiny basculin. If I got two brilliant spawn shinies though in one day, that'd be a little weird. Dude, I've been getting these freaking bites super fast. I think I might want to go to bed at 6 today instead of 7. But at the same time, I'm waking up at the same time as I always do, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to go to bed earlier. I'm just gonna leave a little sooner. Plan at least. I don't want to get up at 1. That just seems... I don't know, I know the difference between 1 and 2 is not super huge, but... I don't know, man. Getting up at 1 just feels bad. Get up at 2, have a quick breakfast, right out the door. Get cracking. We got a brilliant shiny Rotom earlier, and that was pretty sick. Threw some clips up of it. They're doing pretty well. Trying to use the Clip Industrial Complex to draw in some viewership. And even Basculin's Cry is super lame. I think they just made him to be a lame Pokemon. But then they made him a pretty good evolutionary form. Sometimes they revisit old poopy Pokemon and they go, make them less poopy. Let's make them do stuff for a little bit. So we bring out something more broken to take its mantle. It's what it is. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have leftovers. Then I got some chicken I gotta cook up tomorrow, some patties I gotta cook up in the next couple of days. I don't like to waste food. Not really my jam. Sometimes it happens though. This week I haven't been super feeling cooking. I think I only cooked while Theo was over. But we had some pretty good dinners, so it's worth it. Especially having some leftovers to take to work. Though I've been trying to burn through work and get off sooner, you know what I mean? So, I haven't had much time for lunch. Dratini, not shiny. Little bit. Happened before. It'll happen again. We need a Dratini with a fishing mark so that we can be happy that we caught it. Probably add it to our swag shiny hunting team. Or not shiny hunting, but curry. To be specific. Another Dratini, 2 in a row. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. At first I was pretty freaking bummed out when the game wouldn't load on my DS when I got it back, because I thought that maybe my file was corrupt on my copy of Soul Silver, but it launched on another console. As if that was corrupt, man. I got 2 shiny Totodiles, a shiny Cyndaquil, and a shiny Chikorita, and also a shiny Dratini at the game corner on that copy of the game. So I'm like, oh, please. I lost that and had to redo those starter hunts and the Dratini hunt. That would be a super big bummer. And the Dratini actually got pretty stinking quick. It was surprising. But yeah. We want a Dratini with the fishing mark. Which, from my understanding, this is the only place you can get it. If they took fishing out, Starlight Violet. There's also a Phoebus at this location. Also a 5% spawn. So getting a shiny one of those with a fishing mark would be pretty sick too. Not gonna lie. I would be excited. I had the dogs over because they come and visit when Theo's visiting on my days off, and the younger one just will not poop while out on a walk. The house she normally stays at, she has a doggy door and she can poop whenever she feels like. She's better about it there. But here, she just refuses to poop on a leash. And there is a little dog park we can let him loose on, but she's already figured out that she can squeeze underneath the little gate and get out, so it doesn't work. I know there's a second dog park, so maybe we could try that, but I feel like it's similar where the dogs would have dug out underneath where the fence closes and stuff. I don't know why that would only be true of this one. So I've really got to teach her that that kind of stuff will be handsomely rewarded. But yeah. If we could get another shiny today, I would approve of it. I ain't gonna lie. Be pretty cool. Couple good clips in one day. And these hooks have been coming fast and furious. What's funny is I went to bed a lot later than I normally do last night, but my body is like clockwork, man. Like right when I hit around 6 hours of sleep, I'm waking up. Another Phoebus is pretty cool. A Barboach is less cool. want to check on my package. See where it's at. I'm the next stop. I'm the next stop. And then maybe I'll mess around with it. I'll probably wait till tomorrow to mess around with it, because I feel like it'll stress me out if it isn't easy to fix, and I don't have a whole lot of time before bed to get stressed out and annoyed. Could be an easy fix, but just in case, I might wait. But if I can get it fixed and launching, then I can start streaming on the 3DS, and that'll be super sick, because then technically I can play on everything. Because I can also use my Elgato card for streaming through my Game Boy player on my GameCube. So I could play Coliseum, Gale of Darkness, Fire Red, Emerald, and then on the 3DS I can play Gen 1 and 2 through my virtual console. Though I mostly just hatch eggs in Gen 2 and I don't shiny hunt in Gen 1, not at the moment. I don't know. It just hasn't really looked appealing to me seeing people do it. The whole, like, catch it, look at its stats, compare it to a notebook. Oh, no, that's not it. Do it again. Looks pretty boring. The only time I was tempted to do anything in that game, really, is, I was going to transfer over the shiny Gyarados, teach it Mimic, so I can turn a Ditto into a shiny one and then trade it back so I can use it for breeding. But I instead looked for a shiny Gene Ditto, and I got one. Twice, actually, because the first time I got it, that save file got, I lost that save file. I was going to say it got corrupted, but it didn't. I just didn't transfer it over to my new 3DS. I just thought I could switch to the SD card and that would work, but it's locked to that DS. You have to actually, like, transfer the data. I didn't realize, and I'd already packed up the other one and sent it off, so I couldn't transfer the data on it, especially since I think I had already factory reset it. So yeah, I was fully SOL, which was sad because I had a full odds drowsy on it that I'd gotten in that same grass when looking for the Ditto. And then on the new profile, as I was going back to the daycare, the shiny hunted again, or not shiny hunted, but to look for the shiny Gene Ditto, I got a shiny Spinnerack on the way, which was pretty sick. Full shiny Spinnerack before I had even gotten out of the first couple of routes. But yeah, I have some leftover spaghetti and meatballs that I'm probably gonna mow down on before I settle into bed. Would have been so cool if that brilliant shiny Rotom I got earlier was also Recluse Mark, but not so lucky. We're not giving up on it, so eventually it's gotta happen. Only a matter of time. Might be a matter of a really long time. Still a matter of time. I did go ahead and buy a whole bunch of Rotom TCG cards to frame up and put on the wall. I think that'll be pretty sick. I basically ordered all of them that are like $10 or less, or like less than $10 I should say. And then there's like literally like 10 more that are kind of spendy. And I'm just gonna collect piece by piece, because I should be able to get free shipping with them whenever I pull the trigger on them because they're over $5. So let's try to snag up good deals on them. Actually, I'm not gonna get them probably from TCG Player, because TCG Player, the more expensive ones, they're not the best deal. I'll probably grab them up from like eBay. But it's mostly the ultra rares. The ultra rares of all the appliances, the ultra rares of Rotom itself. And then there's also like Rotom Wash, like limited edition thing that I'm not sure I'm actually gonna get. But I'm not sure of that. It'll make it a nice crisp 30 though if I do, but and it's not super spendy. But it's gonna feel a little redundant because there's a rare that it's a different picture. I was gonna say it looks the same, but because they both have a blue background, but the picture's actually different. So I probably will get the limited print one, the promo one, but I'm not gonna get the staff one though, because that one people are super upcharging for, and I don't care if it has like a little staff stamp on it. Doesn't really make a big difference for me. Just having the different picture on there, I think is cool. And then I'm gonna slowly grab up the rest of the sitting cuties too, as they become available on the Pokemon Center. I kind of want the t-shirt that they used to sell on there too, with like Rotom coming out of the TV. You put it like in a frame. But you have to get it used because it's been discontinued for a long time. And what I'm paranoid about is I'll buy it and it'll just be like a reproduction of it, not an original one. I have to find one that says that it's actually original, but then it's probably going to be like wore out a bit or something, so I don't know. I'll decide after a while. It'd be pretty sick to have the original artist that designed Rotom sign something with Rotom on it. I was actually wondering that earlier, which artist designed Rotom. It is Ken Sugimori. Of course it'd be Ken Sugimori. That's sick. If I ever could meet Ken Sugimori and get him to sign some Rotom artwork or something. I was looking up some Ken Sugimori Rotom artwork to see what's out there. official artwork gallery. Yep, he designed all the different forms. I don't know what global link artwork means. That's actually sick. Dream World artwork. I don't know what that means. Well, that's pretty sick. My favorite Pokemon was designed by the original OG artist and designer of Pokemon. The thug himself, Ken Sugimori. If I ever had a chance to meet him and have him sign something Rotom related, that'd be super sick. Now I kind of got a wild hair about it. Give me 1 second. So according to ChatGPT, the top choice would be to print out official Rotom artwork. So print out a high-res print of Rotom's original artwork. Because that's what he created. The best TCG option was to go with something ultra rare. And a unique choice is print out his Pokedex page. That I could also ask him for a small Rotom sketch if he's willing to do it. Alright, thanks ChatGPT. Your advice was okay. Yeah, the original artwork makes the most sense, yeah. Just pick the best sprite between Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Or even better, one of every appliance or whatever, you know, this whole collection of them. That'd be pretty sick. Man, there's not a lot of options of just like original art that people have of Tim. Somebody just made one that's a tribute to him. Get out of here, bro. I'm buying your tribute artwork. Get out of here. Pass. You guys want to see a shiny? I know I do. Let's see a shiny come in, and I will catch it too. Make it my Pokemon, and put it in the box and never use it ever again. But it's mine, I can do that if I want. It's my shiny, and I'll box if I want to. Box if I want to. Box if I want to. You would box too if you had a shiny like I do. Or maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you'd transfer it up into Pokemon Champions and flex on people with it. I can see the appeal. Not a red berry. Kinda weird. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and wrap it up. So we're gonna keep going until we get a Dratini, Phoebus, or a shiny. And that will signify the end of the stream. And if that happens to take a long time, then guess what? You guys get some bonus streamification, bro. I know, pretty exciting. What can you do? Dratini, Phoebus, or a shiny? I was tempted to say a brilliant spawn as well, but I don't want to. And I get to make the rules. Anything that's going to be shiny at this point is probably going to be Magikarp or Basculin. Dratini, Phoebus, oh. Will confirm the end of the stream. Shiny would be best, I think. And if it were, like, especially if, I should say, if it were a shiny between your teeth. It'd be pretty exciting. I'm ready for it. Dang, I'm getting Basculins out the yin yang. Toxic Basculinity. Alright. Dratini, Phoebus, or a shiny. And we'll wrap the stream up. At least it's not a Basculin or a Barbo. Changing it up a little bit. Changing it up. We had spaghetti and meatballs, and the meatballs I got were pretty stinking good. He asked if I made them back from scratch, and I was like, no. Do I look like an Italian chef? Not really. I got ones that I thought looked good, and then guess what? They were good. Dratini, Phoebus, or a shiny. Will signify the end of the stream. Which one do you think will come first? We shall see. Dozed off for a second there. This is why we're trying to wrap up the stream here, but we like to set ourselves arbitrary goals. We need a Dratini, Phoebus, or a shiny. There's a Dratini! Alright. It's been fun, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you next time.